Chad Steingraber says that big news from Bank of America and Ripple will be out soon. In this movie, we'll talk about what that could be. But first, let's talk about stablecoins and how much cash big shops can keep. A huge amount of money is spent every year on this. It's a big deal. I have a really cool story to tell you. We are going to Walmart. Each of these fees costs Amazon a lot of money every year. If they move to RLUSD, we will see how much money they can save. Before we go any further, let's start with this part of the movie. For players who don't use crypto, growth is what will happen. A lot of people think that stablecoins will be worth $3 trillion by 2030, up from $250 billion now. But this is not what the US government thinks. That's over 4 years from now. The market is now 10 or 12 times bigger. That is a very big rise. I believe they may be going over their count. It's still a great chance to make money though, even if we do get that. It's possible that Amazon and Walmart will put out their own stable coins, but I think they will at least let people use stable coins to pay for things on their sites. They might do this by making deals or getting a cut of the money that is made. I think fixed coins will change the way people in the US pay for things in a big way. I would compare it to how we can do things online that we couldn't do before. Some people find it hard to picture, like how email has changed the way we share information with people all over the world. Stablecoins are like money in the same way. It makes the money easy to send and receive all over the world. It looks like a big change is coming. Let's quickly make sure we know how much money we're talking about before we move on. You can shop at Walmart and Amazon. Things worth $680 billion are sold there. It is worth $650 billion as of the third quarter of 2025. That's a crazy sum of money, right? Check out Visa, MasterCard, and Amex as well. At least this is what most people in the US do. We're going to check this out. Visa charges fees that start at 1, 29% to 2, 6%. For deals with more danger, it can go up. That doesn't make sense to me, right? You either have the money or don't. That one is risky. Okay. MasterCard rates from $129 to $275 were about the same as Visa rates, but recently assessment fees went up a bit. MasterCard's fees did go up a bit not too long ago. Also, American Express costs $1.43 to $330, which is about 1% more than. Use a Visa or MasterCard. You can talk about fees, though. Most of the time, rates are negotiated to be cheaper for big stores like Walmart and Amazon by 1.42%. For small companies, the real rate is somewhere between 2.5% and 3.5%. Take a look at this. To give you an idea, this is how much money each company would lose each year if 80% of their sales came from credit cards. It's around $10 billion, $9 billion, or $10.4 billion at 2%. That's between $8 and $7 billion at 1.5%. 1% more, or $520. In this case, it will be either 1% or 2%. They might have to pay $5 to $10 billion a year in fees. It's clear that this is making Amazon and MasterCard crazy. This is the reason Visa and MasterCard had to either buy blockchain technology companies or join forces with Stellar, Ripple, and other businesses. To keep their business going, they need this tech. Think about it. If coins stay stable, Visa and MasterCard might not be very useful. Do you agree? A lot of people don't want to use their old network anymore. What's going to happen next? Stablecoins will be used to settle these deals by credit cards like Visa and MasterCard. They will still make some money from these fees, but I think they will be even less. Okay, here's some more information. RLUSD steady coins or stablecoins could help you save money. Walmart or Amazon, for instance, could print our LUSD and not have to pay most of the exchange or processing fees. It doesn't cost much to do business on the blockchain. In fact, I'm sorry, Zerlers compared to the billions of dollars that fees for old cards cost. You might not have to pay as much money anymore. That is the amount of money we want to save. It's going to be opera crazy. A lot of big shops like Costco, Kroger, and Alibaba want to find a way to do better. Stable. That could be done with cash. Let's end this movie. These are the two biggest players in this market. What does this mean for them? Big yes. There will be a big market soon. The government says this will happen 12 times in the next 4 years. As new big banks like JP Morgan, Bank of America, and others join the market, you might wonder how they can keep up. While we know that those big companies do get a cut, the companies that came up with crypto and built the business do really well. You already know that I know how to use ETFs. BlackRock is now the biggest ETF company, but they had to buy that one because it grew in areas other than mutual funds. Most of the time, these people don't take these area players seriously. Circle is like a business for everyone. I think that Coinbase is a business for all ages. I think it could become a $1 trillion business one day if it keeps doing badly year after year. I wouldn't give up on these local guys and think that JP Morgan will come along and take over. Market. That's not how fresh ideas work. Okay, we're going to ask you to live on TV. You probably don't want to say that Tether probably won't be allowed in the US because of how they run their business and don't report their information. I'm not sure. So I guess that's why no one asked me to do live TV shows. I wasn't going to tell them the truth. And the background. It looks like you don't have time for all of that. Okay. Locked Yuri is proud of the team and the place where they work. Doppler Finance is putting out our LUSD vault as of today. Our LUSD can be put down. Ripple made our LUSD by adding a safe coin to Doppler that is backed by the US dollar. People can trade their LUSD for our LUSD. It's like a bank account for your safe coins. That's really cool. Okay, this sounds like it came from Chad Stein-Graber. It will be fun to see the surprise. There. It's going to be a crypto world soon. The big news that will shake the crypto world is coming soon. He believes that information about Bank of America includes a place to store XRP. The patent for this or something like it will be made public. The year is now 2021. To give you some information, this is an example of Ripple's cross-border solution and proof of concept. Ripple's distributed ledger solves issues with old correspondent banking systems and allows two-way messages to make it easier to track payments and send data. Certainty in the deal. It also talks about people who make money by trading foreign exchange, cross-border treasury payments, and cross-border treasury earnings. It also includes possible benefits, like a simpler correspondent banking model, clear payments and information, a possible source of cash in the US, and fewer repairs being looked into. I stopped there, and it looks like this is the DT. I understand that this picture isn't very clear. To see if there was another reason why this was important, I did make it vague. Bank of America is one of the big banks in the US, and their official presentation of a Ripple cross-border solution shows that the solution has been accepted by bigger banks. It also shows that they have carefully looked at Ripple's approach to payments and have tested or piloted Ripple's technology. A very large bank in the world does use the Ripple and Ease method. Bank of America will also have some pretty big news soon. If someone talks about XRP or Ripple by name, I think the price of XRP will change a lot. In it, the problems that come with old banking technology are talked about, such as slow settlement and problems with high-cost data transfer. Not being open and honest. This is what the slide is about, these problems and how Ripple plans to fix them. People are talking about switching from straight settlement to simultaneous settlement. There are a lot of steps in the current cross-border payment process, and this paper compares it to a possible future model that uses Ripple's DT for simulations at the same time. I didn't sleep last night. I'm really sorry.